Death.
Death.
Death. Death.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Death by Daylight. My name is Josh. This is episode 16, and I am here with a little bit of a makeshift crew, just because we have a couple people missing, but we're going to be alright.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, with what?
Yeah, we good.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be just fine. So what we have here is a failure to communicate. What we've got is Ernie. How are you tonight, bud?
I'm good. Pretty good. Can't complain. Yeah, I'm just doing good. Yeah.
Good enough for me. We've got Jesus. How are you? You're gonna hear some shit. Ignore it.
I feel like I'm drowning this week. You know?
Get
it?
You're drowning.
You're
Very good, Jesus. Very good. And we've got Caesar returning for, I think, a third week in a row, right? Or the third episode in a row?
The third time. I think there was a break in between them, but yeah. Third time.
For sure. A third appearance for Caesar. We were very upfront this week about what we were doing, what the podcast was going to be about. We are doing sharks in accordance with Shark Week. And
Shark Week.
We're very Shark Week, yeah. We are very excited to be bringing you some shark entertainment this week. We've got we're talking about the Meg. We're talking about Jaws, of course. Maybe a little bit of Sharknado. We'll see what's going on towards the end of the episode. As we have been doing lately, Luis and Megan, hello, welcome. Thank you for showing up. As we do every week, we're going to be having the drinking game first. And we'll be paying attention to that and having some shots and things like that. And then we will be moving on to our topic while we continue to play, of course. I think Jesus is hosting tonight, right?
Nope.
Ernie.
So Ernie's going to be playing first, and we'll pay attention to that. And then maybe we'll do some group Survivor, depending on when Jude shows up. And if we can maybe get somebody else. But if not, he'll continue to play Killer, maybe do a solo Survivor, and we will take it from there. Thanks for everybody for showing up.
If you play Survivor, Ernie, play Meg.
Get
it?
Jesus is so punny this evening. I love it. Michelle is here. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for listening. So what are we drinking tonight, boys? Ernie, what do you got for me?
I am drinking a Imperial Blood Orange Salty Lady.
It's the Martin House.
Imperial?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
delicious.
you like those salty ladies. Sour beer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's very sour.
And what are you shooting, if anything?
Bullet.
Bullet. That's the best choice. Bullet, if you're out there, we've got your back. Jesus, what are you drinking?
I got a it sounds so fucking lame. Alright. I got a cucumber vodka, I got a White Claw, and I'm shooting some tequila tonight.
I detest cucumber vodka.
It's delightful. I think it tastes good.
I just don't like a lot of cucumber flavor things. But
I love cucumber. I love cucumbers. Okay, this is getting weird. It's gone. Caesar, what are you drinking today?
It's so early and unprovocative.
So I got two things.
Cheers. Sorry, Caesar.
No, it's all good. I'm going to be shooting some Elijah Craig small batch bourbon.
Ooh, love
And
Elijah Craig.
it can't be Jaws without some claws.
Yes. Some claws for Jaws.
So we got that going.
What are you drinking,
Amy,
Josh?
hello, cheers. I
Damn,
am drinking
who
Brass
cracked that
Monkey.
one?
That was mine. That was my claw.
Dude, I heard that
Sounded so
fucking
crisp.
White Claw. If you're out there listening too,
It sounded so refreshing.
Crisp.
I am drinking a Brass Monkey, which, if you're new to the show, is you drink a 40 of your choice down to the label, and then you fill it up with orange juice, and it's the most delightful drink on the planet. My preferred 40 is a Mickey's, and so that's what I'm drinking, and it's fantastic. I'm also shooting Deep Eddy's vodka. Love Deep Eddy's, and it is still here in Texas. Absolutely delicious. I'm very happy to have it as my companion for this evening as we head out into the deep blue sea. So, yes, thank you, Jesus.
all right.
Let's
Deep
go
Eddy,
ahead.
if you're listening, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna say that every time.
Deep Eddy's, if anyone has the connection with Deep Eddy's and you're listening,
Listening what?
sorry, that was, I cut out for a second. Please let Deep Eddy's know that we are out here talking about their product and absolutely loving it. We are going to get into the game so that we don't waste any time here. We are. What are you playing, Jesus? You're playing Killer or are you playing Survivor?
No,
He's not I'm playing, remember?
Oh yeah, fuck, dude, I keep forgetting. What are you playing right now?
So I was gonna play Killer, but remember that wheel thingy that we did last time?
Oh, nice, yeah.
the
So,
Wheel
like-
of Fortune.
Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune.
The wheel of
trying to-
misfortune.
I'm trying to find that link again, but it doesn't want to. It's like gone. But
Well, that's good. That's good.
Well-
Good airtime.
So just play
Oh.
Killer.
I found it.
There we go.
Sweet.
What are you doing? What are we doing?
Let's see. Bum, 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 bum.
I spun the
Spinning
wheel. It
the
says
wheel. Well, at some point we'll figure out how to get the visual of the wheel up on the video so you all can enjoy this. I don't know what's happening either because I can't see it, so it's a little
Says you
bit
have
of a mystery to
it
everybody.
says you have to play Leatherface with your pants off. Do it.
All right, it's loading.
Love it.
Sorry, everybody.
Would love to see it. Would love to hear it.
Let's go. Ding, 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 ding.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Dun dun
Okay.
dun 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 dun.
I got a very bad killer to play, guys.
Excellent.
Good.
I
I'm
do
gonna
wanna
talk
take some
shit.
shots, but-
I'm gonna talk shit about you this entire time.
You did that last week.
Well, I'm gonna do it again.
With more intensity.
Yeah, I like it. What did you
Fucking
get? Tell us.
Shark Week.
Stop leaving us in fucking suspense here.
I got the Deathslinger.
The Death Slinger.
All right.
Have we done that before? Like for a Cowboy Week or something?
I think we played him during our
We're
fucking
Jeepers Creepers.
yeah Jeepers
Oh,
Creepers.
nice, dude. Jeepers Creepers Week was a good week.
Actually, I got a little fun fact for you guys. So we're bringing up the Jeepers, and we're talking about sharks. Okay, guys, in the Jeepers Creepers movies, how many live kills do you guys think he has in his series?
Jesus.
4.
You know, you've seen all those bodies, but like in the entire series, he has a total of 20 kills. All right.
Okay.
Our boy Bruce from Jaws, 21.
Ooh, Bruce from Jaws. So out of like the 3 movies, he has that many
Yeah.
kills.
Yeah. So our boy put in work.
Yeah, absolutely. We will not be talking about Jaws 2 or 3, but we're
We're actually going to be talking about Jaws 6, the new one that's coming out this year.
Jaws
in Manhattan.
6. Unhinged Jaws.
That's the porno.
Jaws in space.
Jaws in Manhattan.
Jaws in Manhattan.
We are going to talk about Jason in Manhattan at some point, because Juan wants to talk about it, but if he could get his life together enough to be here at some point, that would be great. If you're listening, Juan, that's just a joke.
There's this new Jaws movie coming out. When he bites you, catch fucking COVID-19. It's
Fucking guy.
but all the beaches are closed anyway, so
It's because
He's just
fucking
chilling there
Bruce
like-
isn't wearing a mask. Bruce isn't wearing a mask, and he's spreading it through the entire sea.
He's just chilling there like, fuck, what am I gonna fucking bite?
So I have a question about Bruce. So Bruce is obviously the name of the shark. Doesn't the shark? I mean, spoiler alert! It's been up for 45 damn years. Doesn't he get blown up at the end of the first one? So did they just keep naming him Bruce in the second and third?
So this is going to be a confession that's probably not going to go over well with some people. I've never seen past the first Jaws.
Neither have I. I just saw Jaws like 3 hours ago. For the first time ever.
So the movie ends with them blowing up Bruce, and then them like trying to get back to shore. Go on, Ernie.
No, I'm saying sorry. I was not gonna play against 3 Blendettes.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was like, nope. He lives on in spirit.
I was like, I just watched it again last night. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Sorry,
I'm
didn't mean
pretty
to
sure
do
it
that.
tanked up in his mouth.
That was supposed to be an internal nope, but it just came out.
Dude, it had so much authority and gravitas that I was like, holy fuck, I may have watched a completely different movie.
Like, go ahead, Ernie. Let's hear it. Did you see the director's cut?
I know, right?
Yeah. That never happened. It was they were in a mental ward. That all happened in their mind and shit.
Oh my fucking god.
No, what happens is that Jaws comes out of the water at the end when that girl is in a boat, and then Jason is riding him, and then you know that they're both eternal and that they can't die. So you noped out of the game. That's all right. We'll get there eventually. I'll go ahead and do some housekeeping while we're waiting.
Housekeeping.
This is going to be the this night, and maybe the last, but I might get a second one in there. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. And also tell your friends that we are here every single Friday except for one. And I'm going to stop mentioning that after this week. So if you want to call me out next week, I will refer back to this time when I said I won't be referencing it anymore. But please like and subscribe. Please share. Please tell your friends. We're going to doing this thing where we're like trying to get you to guess what we're doing. And we're just going to start revealing stuff again. It was way too much work, and quite frankly, people weren't really that interested in guessing. So maybe we'll try that later, but we're going to go back to just telling you guys what we're doing. Next week is Scream. We will have special guest Michelle, and she will be talking to us about one of her favorite movies. I think that's what she told me. I know she likes it a lot. I think she used the phrase one of her favorite movies. I'm unsure, Michelle, if you're
We
paying
fight about
attention,
that
though.
all the time.
Because you hate it?
I think it's garbage, and she thinks it's like a modern Marvel. So
Did she ever watch the TV show?
I think she's seen anything Scream related whatsoever. The only reason she started watching me play Dead by Daylight is because of Ghostface.
Well,
Ghostface.
She's like, oh, I'm interested now. Hell yeah.
Cool. I can talk
Ghostface
about the
has,
TV show with her.
Ghostface has a body count of 49.
Caesar is garbage.
You've seemed to have found a website of some kind.
Yeah, I haven't taken. It's not like I got. I was curious. It's because when we said, "All right, we're going to talk about sharks this week," and I'm like, "Really? How many fucking people has a shark killed in these movies?" And 21, and he fucking topped the Creeper. He topped Norman Bates in Psycho.
So like,
Bruce?
Yeah, Norman Bates doesn't have that many kills, does he?
so what
He
I'm
has 20.
hearing is
shit.
you're trying to steal Jude's fun fact roll.
I'm not stealing this thing. He's going to tell us a thing
You
about
shoulda let me
actual
know.
actual sharks.
An actual fart.
I gave him a
What
fart,
the
yeah.
fuck just happened, dude?
I was trying to say fact, but
Oh, that's a fucking golden accident right there. An actual fart. Brought to you by Jesus Smith. Oh, sorry. I just gave it away.
farts. If you're listening out there,
Jesus just gave you a fart fact.
Hey, don't reveal that yet. God damn it.
Oh my lord, guys, this is gonna be a terrible match for me.
No, don't say that. We want to have shots.
no, I hope he gets
also-
fucked up.
While we're doing that, while Ernie is getting ready
Holy
for the match, we're going to go. We've got a guest bartender, so Caesar is our guest bartender. But instead of Darrin doing our bartender minute, he had a very dear friend of his and of Caesar's for that. Well, I don't know if they're dear friends, but they
one of
do
my
know
employees,
each
right?
other. They do know each other. That much I can say. Our dear friend of the show. Our friend Patrick is some of us call him P-dubs.
P-dubs.
Our friend Patrick is going to do your bartender minute, and here he goes. I have not reviewed this, so if he says something I haven't, I'm not responsible. Death by Daylight is not responsible. Here he goes. Maybe?
Darrin Perkins. So,
it
right?
started in the
Let's go
middle.
ahead and have a little
Darrin Perkins. All right.
Darrin Perkins, if you're listening.
So this is going to be a nice easy one. Go ahead and grab your shaker tin, fill it up with ice. Now, do equal parts. That's going to be 3/4 or 0.75 ounces of any dark spiced rum. So Captain Morgan, your Krakens. Go ahead and add in 3/4 of a light rum, 3/4 lime juice, and 3/4 simple syrup. Now, go ahead and add in 1/2 of an ounce of blue curacao. That's going to give this drink a nice blue lagoon water look. Get your little Jaws vibe going on. Go ahead and shake that up. Pour that on in a rocks glass of some ice. And now here's the fun part. Go ahead and grab some grenadine. Pour a few drops right over the top. Watch that sink right in. That right there is your blood in the water. Enjoy.
Thank you, Patrick.
It's quite a pro.
Yes.
Might I add, if you want to elevate that a little more, get yourself a little tiny toy shark, shove him full of grenadine, and then shove that in that rocks glass.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I like
We
the
could use
word
like one of
shove.
those shark gummies, maybe? No? I don't know.
The shark gummy. That sounds edible.
That sounds very Wing Daddies-ish.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, shark bites. We try not to disparage anyone here, especially Wing Daddies, because
Wing Daddies, if you're listening, we like sponsorship. Your wings are delicious.
imagine- Oh my god, to get Wing Daddies. Those are some delicious wings, my friends.
I thought you were gonna
Those are
say
some
women.
delicious- No,
That's true.
I don't say those kinds of things here. Joshua Gomez. Oof. I don't know. But Michelle Vanilla Bear. I guess Patrick is Vanilla Bear and Darrin is Chocolate Bear.
I actually have all those ingredients, so I'm gonna probably try that mid podcast instead of my
Dude,
lame
yeah,
ass cucumber. I'll let you know how it is. I just don't have the
that's the
shark.
first time we can do that's the first time we can do like a drink that we did on the bartender minute, and someone can try it live on the air.
Yeah,
We
I'll
should
let you know how it
organize
is.
that more often, but you're the only one with a full bar at your
I'm
house.
a fucking alcoholic.
You're a great bartender too, dude. You don't give yourself enough credit. You've never tended bar, and you make really good drinks.
Oh, thank you. Have you guys ever, Caesar? You've been in the. I mean, this is not even about sharks. I'm just curious about bartending. Have you guys ever met a fucking badass bartender who's from Chili's or Applebee's or some shit like that?
Never
Like
at
this?
the restaurants.
Okay.
When you meet them, you're usually meeting some corporate mixologist. I
Okay.
meet those people and those consultants when I travel because I have to work with them, and you kind of ask yourself how the hell is this person that knowledgeable work for a company that produces what they make? It doesn't connect. But yeah, man, there's some badasses. I've never seen them at the restaurants. They've got these cushy. I don't even know what to call them, lab mixologist jobs. They literally have a lab where they make their stuff. Yeah.
They make those.
Corporate mixologists.
That's where they came up with them Long Island iced teas. But
I would, if I were to get a gig like that, it would just be, all right, I gotta make a gallon of this stuff, pour this in there, call it a day. I'll bill you for a month. We're good.
there's something soulless about it for sure, but they've got to make pretty good bank and have benefits and shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's always nice.
So if you're gonna
what's
make
going
it,
on here, Ernie? How are you starting off?
They kind of suck.
he has 1 kill.
It looks like he's doing better than he expected.
For
So
sure.
let's get into this as far as our typical
I knew
Death
it.
by Daylight talk. If we're gonna make a gallon drink like you had just mentioned for Applebee's, how much semen are we gonna need to produce for that?
Yeah, you're
I
gonna
know,
have to get multiple parties involved. I imagine.
We'd need some sort of sports team to hop on as an endorsement. That's a lot of product to sell us, man.
So
The
Dallas Cowboys, if you're listening.
Dallas Cowboys.
They're
just
not doing much of
shoving-
anything else.
Yeah, they're just sending buckets of semen your way because they're not winning games and they've got to get dopamine into their system.
We gotta jerk off for Applebee's right now.
Someone get Dak Prescott a pocket pussy. That took a sour turn. I'm sorry.
Dak Prescott,
pussies.
if you're listening,
Jude. Welcome, Jude.
So I just want to let you all know I'm not going to be able to make it.
Dude, that actually would have been really funny. Like,
and then you just log off.
Just logs off, takes off. See you guys later. Have a good one.
No explanation. You could have told us hours ago. Decided it would have been really funny, just not this week. So we have not started talking about our topic. They do know what it is. Just catching you up, but we're trying to watch Ernie here. We're having some pretty good conversation away from
no one's been commenting on his shit. All right, let's
I'm
talk shit
kind of
about
in
him.
it. I'm like, okay, he's
So-
doing kind of good. You know?
Yeah, you guys gotta take a shot real quick.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
2 kills. There's 2 kills
yeah.
there. Okay.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
So
All right,
what's
boys.
the count? Let's break it down again. So we got 2 kills is 1.
Oh yeah. So 2 kills is a shot, 4 kills is a shot, and 1 kill is a drink, 3 kills is a drink. Every hook is supposed to be a drink, and every time he breaks an already fixed generator, that's supposed to be a drink. That's the first time I said generator with an R in the show.
Hey, Jesus.
A generator.
Hey,
Generator.
Jesus. Should I eat a
What's
DF?
up? Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Eat that dick.
Yeah,
Is that what we
what
said,
the
right?
fuck is that? You can't just say something like that. And then
All
not
right, so DS
Nope.
is it's a move in the game. It's called Decisive Strike. It's when
She
you
doesn't-
pick them up.
She doesn't have it.
Ah.
Oh, she's
Anyway.
waiting. Does you have to do it right away?
They have
Well,
60
she could've-
seconds.
Okay.
So when the killer picks you up, it's a move in the game that the survivor has where they can if they get it that skill check when you see that fucking whenever we're playing Survivor you see that big circle and we have to make it in that little bar. If they get it, they'll jump out of the killer's hands. So
And they stun you for a pretty long time too.
5 seconds.
about like 5 seconds.
It's more than I want, man.
So
Hey.
what does eating it means? Like you?
Like you,
I-
you know
I
she
let her
has
do
it.
it,
You're just gonna just let it get it out of the way.
Oh, because she can't gain it back.
Yeah, you
just,
can
just use it once.
only use it
Okay.
once per game.
Coach Steve understands. Let's
Oh, we got a disconnect. Okay.
let's take the goddamn shot. We got
Take that shot. Fuck, that means if he gets one more, that's it. That's 2 shots,
That's it.
boys.
That's 2.
Yeah, so
Ugh.
let's get this one out of the way so we don't have to take it back to back. Cheers,
First one
boys, to
down.
Sharks.
Cheers.
To our boy Bruce.
Big Bruce, born to run.
Bruce Springsteen, right?
Yeah, that was why I said born to run. Don't don't use more than 15 seconds of that song. Someone's gonna come after us.
So for this week's episode, I watched the movie Shark Tales.
Dude, I used to be all about Shark Tales. Shark Tales.
Chasing the shark tails.
Did any of you guys have those ridiculous fucking sharks from the 90s? Street sharks?
Street sharks? Fuck
Dude,
yeah.
Yeah,
those
dude,
are
I was all about.
dope.
I had
Fuck yeah.
I had a big giant street shark, the rollerblading one.
Nice.
Like, what were they? Like, they were just like Ninja Turtle ripoffs, but they looked creepy and badass.
That's
but
100% what it was. They were like a group of shark street toughs that decided they were gonna fight some minor crime and teach you about not using drugs and shit like that.
I thought you were gonna say there's some sharks who fought miners, and I'm like, God damn!
I would watch that show. I would
Let's kick
totally
his
watch that
ass.
show.
Beat the
Some
shit
kid
out
just
of
need to be
them
punched in the
drugs.
face, man.
That
You're
kid's
not
talking
gonna stop
back
doing
to his
drugs,
mom.
I'm gonna
Let's
fuck you
beat the
up.
shit out of him.
All
That
right,
would be a good
Ernie.
show.
What's up?
What's
There
up
he
with
is.
this? Oh, there they
There
are.
it is.
Are you gonna get fucking a 4K?
He's gonna get a fucking
Dang.
4K.
Damn, I can't even talk shit.
I don't know, man. They're kicking around, and he's got some space to go.
Absolutely fantastic from our boy Ernie here.
Good job.
Right?
Gotta get him to the hook.
Like
They called lava leggings.
That's all she wrote.
Absolutely Let's give a round of applause here, boys.
Good job.
Round of applause for Ernie. Getting a 4K on a killer he doesn't main.
Yeah, you were like, oh, I'm gonna suck with this guy.
Yeah, thought he was gonna do badly. Turns out we're taking a bunch of shots.
Damn it.
You've got the power of Bruce behind you today.
Power of Bruce.
There was some newbies in there too.
Yes, they deserve to die.
And I hope they burn in hell.
I still haven't figured out if that's the first Deep Blue Sea or it's a completely different movie. But anyway, that's alright. We'll keep using it because Chappelle made it good. Alright, boys, here's a second shot before we get into our topic today. We're going to be talking about sharks. We've already cheers to sharks and to Bruce. I'm going to cheers to Jason Statham and the Meg. I'm going to cheers, and both of the Megs. Cheers.
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 Delicious. Deep Eddies, always smooth. Ooh, took a big shot there. Still incredibly smooth, though. That was my fault. I poured with a heavy hand. All right, boys. So we are getting into our topic for the night. If you are going to just continue drinking here with Ernie, our host, are you going to play Survivor next? Or are you going to keep doing Killer?
Switch over to Survivor.
So when he's a survivor, if he survives, you got to take a shot at the end, or do whatever you want. You're an adult, and if you don't want to drink anymore, that's fine. Also, if he gets someone off a hook, you take a drink, and if he fixes a generator, you also take a drink. So it's a little less heavy, but it gives you something to watch while we're talking about our subject for the evening. Cheers to Meg from Megan. I get it, Meg. I get it. We're all very punny this evening. We are going to get into our first movie, Jaws. I want to save the Meg for our prime time when everybody seems to show up at 10:45 because I loved this movie. We've all have it pretty fresh in our minds, and so I wanna save that for later. Right now, we're going to talk about the heavy hitter for the evening. The original motherfucking shark movie. If there's shark movies, there probably are shark movies before it.
Yeah.
This made shark movies. No one gave a fuck until Spielberg, right? Was it Spielberg?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, no one wanted him to make the movie. When he was trying to get it funded, everyone told him to fuck off. They're like, dude, no one wants to care about sharks. There were shark movies beforehand, because that was a question that I had. And Jaws was the first one that really streamlined shark movies to people actually getting scared about sharks and to give a shit about shark movies. So
let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to ask you guys a question. Okay.
Yes.
Quick interruption. Mandela effect. What do you remember that quote from Jaws being? It's something about needing a bigger boat.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. That's what I.
Okay. What does everybody else remember it being?
Holy shit, he's circumcised?
Whoa.
God damn it.
That's a big old shark dick.
Well, I just thought this would be interesting, so I want to know what you guys think it is.
All right, so again, I've seen it for the first time today, but the only scene I would ever see was that one particular scene where he's chumming into the ocean, and I always heard, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Oh. Okay. Mandela effect.
And what about you, Jesus? He's not circumcised, but the other phrase.
I can only think about a circumcised shark
I think
now.
you were watching the wrong Jaws.
I was watching the one on Pornhub. Is that not the one?
Yeah,
he was watching Jaws starring Riley Reid is what he was watching.
I remember that. We're going to need a bigger boat line.
Yeah, so we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
What about you, Ernie?
I just remember him being like, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, so Caesar and I'm reading this, so it's basically, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Oh,
That's what it is.
dude.
Mandela effect.
Mandela effect in perfect sequence with how it works.
Yeah,
I
that
had to do
shit
better. I
mind-fucked me
lost
for
it.
a while because like I'd watched that movie like a long time ago, and that's what I remember. But
Well, and it's funny
well.
because he's on the boat, so it
Imagine-
really should be we're gonna need a bigger
Yeah.
boat.
There should be a song coming up.
No, it technically was not a shark fact, so fuck off.
It would have been great if Jude was all like, that line never happened. They were never on a boat. They were never on a boat. They
There
were
was
actually
no
in...
shark,
Jaws took place at SeaWorld.
and it
You
was
were
about an
just-
orca whale.
You were just watching
With the
Blackfish.
depressed gray-white whales, or gray-white sharks. Did you know that the gray-white sharks get depressed? Fun fact there
Why?
for you all. I mean, why?
They get depressed?
Yeah, so like, if you've noticed, there's no great white sharks in captivity because of the fact that they've had issues with trying to keep them in captivity. Majority of them have died just because they actually go through a state of depression.
I actually heard that it's because there's a certain vitamin that they need that's only available in the ocean, and they can't give it to them in captivity. They actually need vitamin C. That's horrible.
And now it's gonna go fuck your mom in the mouth.
That was our Jude fact jingle. So every time Jude gives a shark fact, we're gonna have a little jingle for you tonight, and that was our first one.
So I always thought that sharks got depressed because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Mama said, "No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong."
Mom was white.
Mom was white. That part is true. So we're gonna go ahead and talk.
What?
What?
I keep forgetting that I need to move my controller. I'm working on a different microphone this week, people. So I had some misfortune with my microphone, and I got to get it fixed. But there was no time, so
So it was
I'm working on a headset. which
we're
I know
gonna
you
talk
do.
and then
That was
silence.
pretty good. Yeah, it was just, I love that. So today, guys, we're going to talk about...
It's a
A whole lot of
cliffhanger.
fucking
I wanted to build some suspense here, boys.
Actually,
talk
the real
about the,
reason
you
is sharks are depressed because they got a C- in biology.
Oh, my God.
I fucking hate you.
God damn it.
fucking much, dude.
It's because I'm a daddy. Don't you know daddy's got them dad jokes?
God damn it.
I know.
I'm gonna be,
It's so ridiculous.
I'm gonna be throwing them in all night, guys. So
No, yeah, we're very excited about that. So we've got Jaws coming up. So it's a little bit of a movie synopsis. You've all fucking seen it. There's a giant ass shark in the beach.
A big ass shark.
I like how you were like, you've all seen it, and then everyone, I barely saw it today for the first time.
If you're a fan of Spielberg and or horror movies, you've probably seen it. So what happens is that some girl gets snatched because she's swimming in the ocean. She thinks she's cool, and she's like at a party with a bunch of teenagers, and she gets snatched up. They're like, oh, and they eventually find her body. And the coroner says, this is a shark attack, boys, a giant shark attack. And the sheriff is like, holy shit, we got to close the beach, tell everybody. And a very, let's say politically leaning very hard to one side mayor is like, there's no danger here, keep the beaches open. We care way more about tourism money than we do about saving lives. Does this sound familiar to anyone? Does this sound familiar to anything that's going on right now in the world to anybody?
Yeah,
Anybody?
there were shark attacks in California last week. Yeah, the mayor did the same thing. But there's a shark fact. I'm just kidding. It's not a real one.
I'll tell you, that was a boat attack, son. You make sure you put that in the papers.
Yeah, so what he says is that it was I'm not exactly sure, but he gives some cockamamie excuse.
A boating
to say
accident.
A boating accident that happened, and she was torn to bits by their rudder or something. Instead of telling people, but then what happens is that there's a shark attack on the beach. Like Bruce, he comes up and he snatches a little boy off the beach, who is then again later found, and they're like, well, we can't deny that it's a shark attack now. So the mayor calls out for people to kill the shark. Like, let's go get this killer shark. A bunch of amateur shark hunters go out and they try to hunt down Bruce. A tiger shark is caught, which the mayor says, that's good enough for me. And he opens the beaches, but they find out that there are no human remains in this tiger shark, and things get pretty real. Because as soon as they find out that the tiger shark is not the culprit, there is another attack on the beach, and somebody dies.
Dun,
and
dun,
then
dun.
we turn our focus to a team of expert shark hunters. One of them is named Quint. I thought his name was Quinn for fucking 28 years, and it turns out his name is Quint with a T. I didn't know that till I read some stuff today. And the sheriff is also on board with one other person, I believe. I think there's 2 people. I think there's 3 people on the boat. And they go after Brucey, and a bunch of action stuff happens that's hard to translate through an audio medium. But they end up, their boat's about to sink, and they can't figure out how to do this. He eats Quinn. Spoiler alert. Sorry, but Quint gets fucking eaten in half, and Bruce just tears him to pieces. And while the shark is coming for more, the sheriff shoves a fucking gas tank into his mouth and fucking shoots it, and Bruce blows up. And the 2 remaining people in the party go ahead and swim back to shore. So that's the movie. I'm also going to, before we get into an actual discussion, really, really quickly, I'm going to, Michelle says if we stop publishing the shark attacks, there won't be any. Exactly, Michelle, that's what I was referring to. Go ahead, Ernie.
I remember that movie completely different. Like, I remember Bruce being like, fish are friends, not food.
I remember the end of the movie where they trialed Bruce. They put him on the stand, but he claimed not guilty.
Oh my
God.
Dude, this is so bad.
Kick him out.
So good.
Kick him
Much
out.
like our second movie, it's so bad that it's good.
These are all alternate shark facts, all right?
Yeah, they're very good. So this is going to be, we don't usually do this, but this is my favorite part of the movie. And well, it's really long.
That's what she said.
She's never told me that.
No, yeah, same here. Jesus, thanks.
You guys want to hear a can opener story?
Oh my
No, God, that is not for the horror podcast. So this is going to be Quint giving his speech, a little bit of his speech. I obviously can't play the whole thing, but he's so good in this moment. The actor is so good in this moment. It really is like a peak in the movie.
He also did it in one take.
Yeah. So he did this in one take. It's incredible. The speech is so powerful. It's so well done. They parody it in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and it's phenomenal when Charlie does it as well. So this is Quint giving a little bit of his speech. I can't play the whole thing.
Into our side, Chief. It's coming back from the island of Tinian to Lady. Just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know that when you're in the water, Chief? You tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was our bomb mission had been so secret. No distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising.
Okay, so that's about a minute, which is all I want to do because I don't want to make people sit and listen to it. But it's so well done. For me, this is my favorite part of the movie. It's the most horrific part of the movie for sure. Like, I mean, there's a lot of blood and tearing people apart, but Quint's story is fucking haunting. It's the most haunting part of the movie. It fucking sticks with you. And he does it, he's so fucking good at it. I know you can't understand a lot of what he says unless you really pay attention, but it's so well done. Absolutely my favorite part of the movie, and I couldn't get enough. I've watched it probably 100 times since I watched the movie originally, not since last night, but since I watched the movie originally, I just go back every once in a while and I just listen to him do that. It's so well done. So let's get some original impressions, because you just watched it. So as someone who's been and watched through a plethora of horror movies, how did you feel about this as a horror movie, and then just maybe as a regular movie outside of that one category, Caesar?
So I'm kind of glad I saw it now with the current landscape, because like there are so many damn like almost identical parallels in watching this and having the mayor say like, no, there is no danger, and then knowing that there is a danger, and kind of there's certain scenes where the mayor's basically doing damage control, like, how am I going to spin this? How am I going to convince people? Like, he's more worried about his political prowess than actually like, the well-being of the people. So it really hit hard, and I'm glad I saw it now, because there were no previous biases that I had towards it. Because, I mean, you see this represented in pop culture, and it has been camped and parodied to hell. That's partially probably one of the reasons I haven't seen it, is because I've seen it in these stupid movies, or, you know, when I was studying to be a musician and I was learning piano, and all you fucking hear is those two notes. You know, like, dun, 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 and it's like, okay, thanks for ruining the movie, asshole. Like, on my time. But yeah, there's definitely some lessons to be learned on how that was handled. But it was fucking great, dude. This might come up in the shark facts, but I knew a little fact that kind of gave me a bias. But for those that know or don't know, the production was riddled. You had mentioned that they didn't want this movie to get made. But the fact that the shark basically broke down right before filming, and they had to change the entire narrative because they didn't have a huge animatronic shark, I think that led to, again, that less is more kind of like rawness of this movie. That fucking scene where that kid gets pulled down, holy shit, was that intense. And like all you see is like a thing flap out of the water, and like blood start coming spraying out. You never actually saw the shark, but that was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like what you said about the parallels to modern life. I mean, that part is obvious, especially what we're going through, where there's a certain greedier type of person who is only concerned about the money and keeping things as normal as possible, saying, look, nothing's wrong, everything's fine, when the rest of us are going like, look, people have died and we need to do something about this. That's the sheriff in the movie. He's the one that's always trying to do the right thing. And so I like the parallels. I like what you said about how it's been done to death. I remember before I even ever saw the movie, if you're in the pool, there's some older relative going, dun, 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 dun. And even before I saw the movie, I was told that it was a shark thing. And so, I mean, it's synonymous to shark attacks and to sharks in general, is that little song. So have you seen the movie, but you didn't watch it recently?
Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've seen the movie. I could only really remember bits and pieces from it from when I was younger, and I think, I mean, like you guys said, the biggest thing that sticks out in my mind is that fucking song. I can't really say that. I mean, there's also the part of the shark blowing up at the end of the movie. Other than that, I can't really say that I really remember a whole lot about that movie. I was probably like 8 years old or some shit like that.
So were you scared? Were you scared as an 8-year-old? Did you like not want to go into the water or whatever? Like, did it affect you?
No, just because, I mean, for me, I was never. I knew that there wasn't any sharks nearby where I lived, so I don't think that it affected me in that aspect. But I have spoke with people who are, you know, scared of sharks in that aspect for that same reason. So I would say when I do go to the beach now, I mean, not that I fucking live near one, but, you know, going out there now, that is something that's a fear in the back of my head that, fuck, there could be a shark out here right now, you know? Just because they do swim close to shore at times, so I can't say that, oh, I think of that song right away, though, but, I mean...
Yeah. So Michelle says the mayor tries to justify his decisions by saying, my kids were at the beach too, like, okay, you hired an expert to give you advice and you still open the beaches against his advice. Again, an excellent parallel to what we're dealing with now, where it's like, yeah, you are going through it and you probably know someone on the front lines, but that doesn't give you the right to deny that everything's falling apart and that we're in danger. So that's an excellent point. Jude, do you have a shark fact for us that you'd like to throw into our little shark episode here?
Jude?
Jude?
I would want to wait. I told you guys I wasn't going to be here for the podcast.
Fuck that. I'll give you a shark fact. Where do sharks go on vacation?
Jesus.
To Finland.
Everybody, goodbye. We're ending the stream now, so
Forever. No.
That'll be the end of it.
I've got some facts for you when we get into the Megalodon. Let's do that.
God damn it, Jude! I was setting you up on a fucking tee here. That's right.
So I have a Jaws fact.
Please go on.
So Robert Shaw, remember I mentioned that that awesome scene was done in one take.
Yes.
The reason it was done in one take is because he was notoriously drunk throughout the entire filming of that. And when he was actually drinking on like in the film, they were actually like drinking and getting fucked up. So Robert Dreyfuss, during that scene, the day before, Robert Shaw kept fucking up because he was so hammered, just absolutely fucking boozed up. And Dreyfuss just got upset because he was pissing off the cast and crew, wasting their time. He grabbed his glass of booze and threw it out into the sea. Spielberg saw that footage and said that it was unusable, and he got into some shit for it. I guess he felt a little remorseful, so he came back the next day sober after having begged Spielberg for a second try and nailed it in one go after fucking it up when he was so hammered the day before.
Damn, that's awesome. Both the being drunk part and the redemption part are really cool, especially for a podcast where we drink quite a bit. And we certainly encourage it if you are not on the job. So we'll probably end our Jaws speak at least for the time being. In conclusion, I think it's a really great movie for the time that it was made. I think a lot of people at the time were praising special effects and stuff, where now, I mean, we have fucking we're at the peak always developing special effects and stuff like that. So Spielberg had very little to work with and made what was at the time considered kind of this masterpiece of a genre that people didn't want to fund and people didn't want to be a part of. And what we ended up getting was this movie that has gone on in pop culture history for a very long time. And we will go ahead and move on to
before
Meg.
we move on.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, you got Morrid, buddy. What do we do then?
We both got killed.
That fucking pig was annoying.
Wow.
My dead heart did not work on it. I like
your
I
heart.
I
What
almost
didn't work?
my dead heart.
Yeah.
I almost rage quit, but I was like, no, I'll just get more rage. Anyways, before we leave the Jaws topic, if you haven't already seen it, just go ahead and hit up YouTube and type in Jaws Cardi B, and you're in for a treat. Yeah, just do it on your free time, and it's really funny. It's Bruce
Jesus Christ
as Cardi B.
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you for that. Go ahead.
Josh is like, why did you say that?
Okay, I kind of get it now. Coach Steve gets it now. So let's go ahead and move on to the Megalodon. It's actually called the Meg, but we're going to be talking about the Megalodon. We're very excited to bring you the Meg. It's such a there's so many cliches in the movie. There's so many bad parts in the movie that we cannot wait to talk about it. We all, Jesus kind of watched it. Ernie has seen it before. I watched it. Caesar, you watched it recently, right? Like this week?
No, I saw it. I saw it on a plane when I was like drugged out and like flying to the U.S.
Okay.
It does not make good for a plane movie.
Said.
Yeah, I was. It kind of fucked with me in weird ways, but I kind of remember it.
Yeah,
okay, that's good enough.
The last movies I saw with my ex-girlfriend.
God damn.
Can we fucking hold it together for the episode, please?
So before we go on that, I just want everybody like watching the gameplay at home to see that Jesus and I are Greek bays.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So there's
very good.
they released like a Greek mythology type like DLC. So yeah.
Very good. Jude, did you watch it or did you watch it recently, or are you also going off of some old memory?
I'm going off some old memory.
Excellent. So only I've watched it recently.
No,
I saw like
honestly,
30
you
minutes.
saw some of it. Okay.
I saw 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I actually read into it that the shark that they were using for that movie got repossessed. Apparently, it was a loan shark.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh, that one was actually really good.
That
Dude. That was really
I
good.
love that shit. That was great.
Yeah, I mean, your other ones haven't
Damn
been
it.
fucking 10s, but that was a fucking 10. That was really good. I also, like, I didn't see it coming until you fucking, like, changed your tone.
That's
And
what
then
she
I was
said.
like, oh, that's what...
She
right.
said.
I mean, okay.
God damn it! God damn it! That was really good. I applaud you.
Alright,
Yes,
it's alright.
very well done. So, The Meg
God,
is about Jason Statham, who decides that so the beginning of the movie starts with him rescuing some people, but he fails to rescue some of them and has to make a hard decision. That part is kind of important to, like, the dramatic part of it, but what you really need to know is that there's another big-ass shark. And this one is way bigger than the last big-ass shark. So, to give you some kind of reference, the great white shark is about 25 feet at its... Well, actually, Jude, do you have a size fact for us, maybe?
I actually do. Before you,
Yes.
kidding.
Yeah, Jude, tell us how big you are.
Wow, bro. All right, never mind. So the largest shark, which is of course the Carcharoclus megalodon, that gentleman that we're going to be talking about. Well,
Yes.
they're from like 45 to 60 feet.
Yeah.
And that's 4 times than the average shark. So the average shark, they're normally like, I want to say barely getting up to like 40 feet.
Yeah, so the
That's
normal
the whale
shark. So this shark in the movie is 25 meters.
25 meters.
So it's about 70 feet long.
Jesus.
And a great white shark, although it's not common, a great white shark gets... They've seen a great white shark about 25 feet. So we're talking about maybe a third of the megalodon is the biggest shark that's ever been recorded. Is still a third of this giant ass shark. And so we'll count that as a shark fact. And from Jude, even though there was some discrepancy, but I'm also like, I think I have facts, and I'm not sure. So
Oh no.
Shark facts. You just want your mom with some shark facts.
very good. And what we have in with the megalodon is this. So the reason they get to this shark in the first place is they dive down into this part in the ocean where there's a separation between the actual ocean and then there's a thermodynamic separation where they're able to penetrate because they're able to go so deep down, and there's species in there that have not ever been discovered. There hasn't been any proof of them ever living. And then we go to a part where they say that there are also prehistoric creatures down there, which is where we get the megalodon. There's a cruiser that goes down there with 3 people. They get attacked by the megalodon, and they get trapped down there, which is why Jason Statham is brought in with some hesitation. He goes down there to save them, and he brings 2 of them back up, although one of them sacrifices so that they can all make it back. And this is where we get some of our first cheesy lines in the movie. So this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about with the movie, because there's so many lines where you're just like, oh, brother. But they end up working because that's what the movie is supposed to do. So The first one is they're all having like this little meeting without Jason Statham, talking about what they should do now that the Meg has been discovered, and they're all like talking about what's ethical and what they should do, how they can make the most money, and then they decide that they may have to go hunt one, and Jason Statham fucking interrupts the meeting very dramatically and says, "That's what you don't understand. When it's man versus Meg, there is no fight." And
There's no fart?
There is no fight.
Oh, I heard fart.
No, that's Jesus makes that mistake. Yeah. So when it's man versus Meg, there is no fight. That's the first cheesy line of the movie. And shortly after that, when one of the women's daughter is like playing with her toy through the ocean station, they're deep under the ocean, and the Meg shows up and tries to attack her through the glass. Obviously, he can't do that, or she actually can't do that. But the mom eventually gets to her because she's screaming, and she goes, "What's going on? What's going on?" And instead of the little girl going, "There's a fucking shark outside, and it wants to fucking take all of us down with it," she goes, "Mommy, there's a monster out there, and it's watching us." I was like, "Oh my god, dude! Like, come on!" Like, so that's where the movie is cheesy, but I also feel like that's the strongest point of the movie. Like, it's very unapologetic about how fucking cheesy it is.
Well, I
go
feel
ahead.
like with a lot of shark movies, I mean, like now they have that turn as far as if it's going to be like some sort of thriller type, or that they're just going to go completely cheesy like Sharknado. It's just completely fucking left field. But I think in that same aspect with what you're saying, they make it work as long as if you know that you're going into a fucking shark movie. I don't think anyone prepares to go into a shark movie like, this is gonna win a fucking Oscar award, you know? Like, it's just like, this is a shark movie, there's probably gonna be some cheesy ass lines, and I'm fucking totally with it. So
so here's my next question, maybe for Caesar or Ernie. Are those fucking lines any different than "you're gonna need a bigger boat"? Are they any different than fucking Quinn's speech? Like I think they are different from Quinn's speech specifically because the speech is so masterfully written and done. But are they different than "you're gonna need a bigger boat"? Really?
I don't think so. So I think there's a level. It's like Marmite, you know. You got to spread it on really thin for it to be effective. Otherwise, you're just gonna have like this sloppy mess. Which, I mean, sometimes you could be unapologetic in the other direction and just be like, yeah, fuck the nerds, and we're gonna put as many boobs and as many horrible CGI effects as we can in the movie. So, as goofy as this one was, I do remember like coming like out of the plane being like, what the hell did I watch? And that was kind of cool because I wasn't expecting anything of quality, and yet it was still there. Now, was it as, say, scary as Jaws? Probably not, but you know, there's this thing that exists in gaming as much as it does in movies, the idea of like a blockbuster movie. I consider like Call of Duty like a blockbuster game. Like, you go into those expecting something, like, I'm just going to burn some brain cells and be entertained, you know? Like, that's the effect, that's what I want to do. I'm not looking to learn, and to that degree, it did a good job. Jaws was a pleasant surprise and a pleasant break from a genre that I think is all that kind of ridiculousness. I don't. It's, again, I'm saying from my perspective because I just saw it, but you know, when comparing them side by side, but yeah, definitely, like, there's a time and place. But again, that kind of thing exists in good horror, and as long as you do it in these kind of like little pops, I think it can be done, and it doesn't ruin the movie for me. So there's my 5 cents, 2 cents.
The way I see it too is that Jaws was written like the way Spielberg was doing it. He had more of like an indie film director, is the way I see it. And I like exactly what Caesar was saying. Like, just Spielberg wasn't trying to be, I guess, like how can I say, like, not cookie cutter, but he was going in an independent feel. So it was more like of a storytelling than it was an actual, like, hey, let's just make a shark horror movie, and if it's cheesy, it's cheesy. It's kind of like Cabin in the Woods, you know what I mean? That's the way I feel about it, though.
Yeah, so I think the Cabin in the Woods comparison is an appropriate one because Cabin in the Woods was very aware of itself, which is what made the cheesy lines okay. I feel like it's the same thing with this particular movie where it was so self-aware, it knew what it was trying to do, that you don't see those lines as something that you can't tolerate or that you can't deal with, because it's something that they knew exactly what the fuck they were doing, and they made it happen, and that's why it's Jason Statham and not fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. Not that he would have done the movie, but they picked Jason Statham for a very specific reason. It's supposed to be full of action and badass shit, and it was. The action was very well done. I felt like it wasn't, again, I agree with Caesar where it wasn't as frightening as Jaws or in that classic way, but the action was fucking badass. There was a lot of it, and they did a really good job.
What did you think of that one part where they think they kill it, and then the Meg comes out and eats the other shark?
Takes a big chunk out of the shark.
Yeah,
it's badass.
I thought that was super cheesy and badass at the same time.
So you know, just because you know that the movie would be too short at the time, that something's about to happen. You're like, they can't just fucking drive away with this thing and everything's going to be fine. But you definitely, like, at the moment, you're definitely not like, there's another one and it's going to bite this one in half. like you don't, there's no way that you saw that coming. So I thought it was, again, like, yeah, it was cheesy, but I also really liked if you can call it a twist, that's what the twist was. Was that there's a pair of them. There's a pair of them, and the female, they killed it. They killed the female, but then the male comes.
Was it a female?
Chops it.
I thought that was supposed to be like a really big great white.
No, it's a megalodon, and they keep saying, her and she, like, she's coming, or like that kind of shit. And when the other one bites it in half, they refer to it as he from then on. So it's supposed to be a female and a male.
I do gotta say, I didn't see that coming when I saw that.
Yeah, there's just no way
it's
that
always
you're
kind of there, but you're just like, wait a minute, this has a 2-hour runtime. Like, something's gotta happen.
Yeah, you think maybe, because the main guy the main villain that's played by Rainn Wilson, he's just trying to make money. He doesn't give a fuck about the science or the ethical part about all this. And you think that something he did is gonna come, like maybe, the army's gonna show up. You don't quite know, but you definitely don't see you definitely can't predict that someone's gonna fucking show up and that the second megalodon is gonna show up and fucking bite the first megalodon in half. So that part is all really well done. Jason Statham spends a lot of time in the water trying to get like a dart in it and then trying to hit it with some sedative. All that part is really good too. And like I said, it just knows what it's doing. It knows, it's very self-aware, and it understands that it's supposed to be cheesy and action-filled. And we get another scene where we're on the beach. The shark swims up very close to and in shallow water, and we get a lot of young Chinese people that are getting drug under and devoured by the shark. Before that, and I thought this was really well done too, when they first come to the surface, this shark has fucking torn apart the ocean. There are probably 100 dead whales, maybe 1,000 dead other assorted big fish. I know whales aren't fish, and they're all floating, and the shark is showing them, in the movie it's showing them, that it's not here for food. Like, this is not a survival thing. I want to fucking kill things, and I'm going to do it under any circumstance, and I'm gonna kill them even though I don't have to, and I'm gonna kill you even though I don't have to. And I thought that was really well done, because at a certain point you're like, dude, isn't this shark fucking full? But they showed you that that doesn't fucking matter. Like, this shark wants to kill everybody.
Oh yeah, and guess what? Like, about like those megalodons, like the actual megalodons. Well, this is a little fact here for you guys. Their daily requirement of food was 2,500 pounds.
God damn.
So they would, the way they would attack, because they like they were called like the Leviathan whales. They were like these huge ass whales. That was their competition, but their favorite food was eating whales. And what they would do is they'd swim up from the bottom and ram the bottom of the whale, and breaking all its like limbs, and then they'd fucking eat that.
Holy
Epic
shit,
gut punch.
That's fucking metal as fuck.
Like a like a little uppercut. Oh yeah.
Shark fact them.
You just gave you shark facts. He's on his way to your mom's house. You know what happens next.
And so when we talk about the megalodon as like a prehistoric predator, even back then, it was probably small compared to a lot of things in the ocean, even though, I mean, it's a giant shark to us. I mean, 70 feet back in the time of dinosaurs and plesiosaurs. I don't know if they lived in the same period, but if it's prehistoric, there was some big ass shit in the fucking ocean, and so it wasn't the biggest thing in the ocean, but was still a fierce predator. It had to be 2,500 pounds of food a day. It has to be this fierce predator. So you can only imagine what it would do in our oceans. Can anybody remember like their favorite part of the movie? Maybe. Jesus,
I think that,
do you remember enough?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Or no, go ahead, Caesar. Do you remember?
That scene you mentioned. One thing I do remember about this movie is it had a great marketing campaign. Like I remember the ads for this were absolutely epic, and seeing him like break through the waves, or that top shot of him going underneath all the people, just to give you scale of how big this damn thing was really impressive. And that scene is absolute chaos. That was one of those like, I'm trying to think of another movie where I had that kind of feeling like, fuck yeah, it's finally happening. I think when Freddy fights Jason, you're like, yeah, this is what I came here for.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was like Titanic, you know, when the ship starts to sink.
That's when you're like, that's what I came here for.
I came here for this.
Fuck the romance.
Yeah, a lot of people went for Jack and Rose. Jude was like, carnage.
Fuck, dude, I gotta wait 3 hours for these people to die. Come on.
I had to change the VHS tape to the next one, man.
The parts that there's 3 parts of Titanic that stick out to me as particularly brutal. The first one is when the mom is tucking her kids into bed knowing that they're all about to drown. That was fucking metal as fuck. And then the second one is obviously the musicians like fucking playing even though they know they're all about to die, just like trying to keep people calm and like give them something beautiful before they die. But the third one is when the ship it completely goes vertical and that guy lets go of the railing and then he hits the fucking thing on the way down. Oh my god. Like, you have to really pay attention to even see it, but it's so fucked up.
I think the most metal part was, like, the most artistic thing was when he drew Rose naked.
It was pretty fucking metal. It was Motley Crue-esque for him to do. So go ahead, Caesar.
Allow me to take a pause real quick.
Yes,
just to go back to the game. Ernie, what's the count? You got 1 generator, and it looks like you might actually walk out of this. So what's the count right now? What are we doing?
I mean, if we all escape, then well, I mean, me and Jesus at least, we take 2 shots.
I'm already opening the gate, Ernie.
Because
Okay.
I saw you pop that first gen, and I'm like, all right, there's a drink.
I don't even know where the.
We're open.
Where
We
is
are
it?
open.
All right, I know, because we usually have a problem keeping count of this kind of stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, I saw something. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
I
say
see it.
Yeah, we don't always pay attention as much.
Yo, Josh,
Let's
Yes.
take 2 shots here.
you know you mentioned, like, the T-Rex and stuff? So, like, to put
Yeah,
that
yeah.
in perspective, the T-Rex, it weighed 9 tons. The Megalodon, it weighed 10 tons. So that's, like, they were pretty
fuck.
massive-ass sharks. Yeah.
shark
These
fan.
motherfuckers were huge. There you go.
That takes away from my theory, but it does add some perspective.
But they're also there it is.
That was the short one. If you're at home and you're not amused by our jingles, fuck off, because it was so fun to make these during the week. I can only imagine how my family felt having to hear me practice or record those during the week as well. So Giant Megalodon, I forgot where we were in the movie, but what ends up happening, and you all see it coming, because, no, let's talk about the marketing really quick, because you brought up a great point. I feel like part of the reason it was so fucking successful, and by successful I mean it made
Fucking
its money
Jesus.
back and then
What?
some.
You
I thought we were
pussy.
running out.
Oh no!
What happened?
You ran out like a
Ernie,
puss.
Ernie got fucking took, dude.
Left
Oh,
for
did you?
dead.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, you fucked up. You should have ran out.
Oh my god! Wow.
Swinging
Ernie.
that chainsaw around like a maniac.
Ernie,
This
it looks
is
like
fucking
it looks like you're gonna
betrayal,
need a bigger boat.
Dude, Jesus is fucking killing it right now, dude.
Not really.
He's fucking.
You should have.
man.
We were
I
trying
mean, not in the
to.
game. Not in
We're
the game.
trying to
but
getting people
save.
killed.
We're trying to save that. Well, I was trying to save that other person, but Jesus ran away like a little baby.
I'm not
Look,
saying that he was killing
how
it
many-
in game. I'm
okay,
saying he's on fire.
Ernie, how many weeks have we been doing these serial killer podcasts? You don't go save people, all right? You run out and you escape yourself. That's how you end up another victim. And that's
And
a
you were-
shark fact for you.
And you were teabagging too. You were being toxic as fuck, and you left Ernie to die. Well, I mean that's that, folks. Jesus leaves Ernie to die, and only one of them gets out. So let's go ahead and take that shot before we continue with The Meg, which I think is going to be. We're only going to get to 2 movies tonight, but 2 really, really great movies. Thank you, Michelle, for saying that you're amused with my Jude shark facts, fucking people's bombs, jingles. I don't know how that became the theme either. It was just the first one, and then I was like, it works really, really well. So cheers to Jude.
Cheers to
and
shark facts.
and fucking your mom.
Fucking moms.
Yeah.
And Jesus being a pussy. Cheers.
Oh.
Oh,
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I survived. You know, so I mean,
Doesn't mean anything in this game.
That part is true.
I survived.
So back to Caesar's point about the advertising campaign for the movie. Without that advertising campaign, it would not have been nearly as successful. And again, we measure success by the movie made its money back and then a bunch more money. Was it the highest grossing box office of all time? No, that's not what they were going for. But especially with all the special effects and stuff, it could have lost a lot of money, and instead it made a lot of it made money enough that people were pretty satisfied with it. And then when it went on video, it made a lot of good money too, because it's a perfect date night movie, because it's intense enough that it's going to keep your attention, and you can you can figure it out, but it's also not so horrifying that I'm going to have to like cower and be unimpressive to whoever I'm with. So it's a perfect date night movie for me personally. Can we run a killer here instead of having to wait for the match, because it's going to stretch us out pretty far?
Yeah, that's fine.
Also,
Yeah,
when did that become a thing? I remember when I first started playing this, it took forever to wait to be a killer. Now it seems to be switched.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
as
I
long as
they
we've
have
been
a-
doing this podcast, it's been the wait times are worse for a Survivor for sure.
I have a real actual. That's something that I had looked up this week when we were gonna say we're gonna talk about sharks. No, this is a for real one. Did you know that sharks don't sleep?
Yeah.
That they just have like active and like restful periods, but they don't ever actively sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually did know that because like I'm a fish nerd. So like I know way more than the average person does about fish. I have fun fact for everyone, a Josh fact, not a shark fact, but I have 6 aquariums of varying sizes, and so I pay attention to a lot of fish stuff. But
I got a fish
fact.
Josh fact, fucking your mom. Josh fact.
You know, fish never plays their same set twice.
Did not know that.
Say that again.
TH fish. That fish never plays the same set, dude. Let's talk about Fish the band real quick. So I don't love Fish, PH Fish the band. That contrary to what I just said about F Fish the fish, but like they have this fucking cult following because their live shows are so fucking incredible, and I didn't know this until like a year ago. I had no idea that fish was so popular that people are like die-hard fucking fish fans. It's crazy.
They're like the original Juggalos.
Yeah, like they have fans
Minus
that
the racism, but
die for them, dude. They have
Are
fans that would
Juggalos
fucking die
racist?
some of them can be.
They're normally Juggalos fight like for good. They have a lot of good causes.
But no,
There's
have
some
you
of them
seen
that-
this year? They took an anti-racism stance, and they have an anti-Confederate flag stance now too.
Yeah, like they really do have really like progressive and like they're on the right side of history. The Juggalos.
Have Juggalos killed anyone? Can we do a Juggalo episode, or is that?
I don't think they have because again they're very well behaved. Well, they're not well behaved, but they're on the right side of issues most of the time.
They accept people that didn't fit in with society, basically.
Yeah, but they also threw batteries and poop at Tila Tequila, so.
Well,
Yeah, I think once they started having the Juggalo gathering, they kind of started taking that turn. Like, okay, we got to meet together. Let's come together on a series of principles that bring us together. Hey, you want to be a Juggalo? Cool, come on in, put on the makeup. Let's you down to clown? Get some Faygo and fuck it up.
Okay.
Yeah, so when My Chemical Romance was talking about the misunderstood, they were talking about the Juggalos. Like that's the army of the broken and the damned is those poor bastards who really are just drinking Faygo and trying to have a good time.
You very Faygo?
I mean, any kind of Faygo. They drink
I fuck
any.
with
They
Faygo.
love Faygo.
I've never had it.
Dude, Mountain Mist Faygo. Dude, 7-Elevens used to have Faygo.
It's so fucking sweet. Like in a literal sense, like not trying to be like that shit's fucking sweet. No, it's fucking sweet.
Talking about like sweet drinks or just like drinks in general, and back to like sharks. Do you think sharks stay up all night and they don't sleep because they drink a lot of Java? No.
You should have ended with the one you told before.
Yeah. No,
Stop
I'm
with
gonna.
your head, bro. Stop with your head.
I have so much more till we're over.
Yeah,
So,
but are they going to be as good as the loan shark joke?
They're
Nope.
probably not.
No,
Honestly,
yeah,
they're not, and that's okay.
Why you gotta stack them correctly, and that's why.
I'm just going through it.
So finishing the Meg, and maybe we can get to some. I have shark moments that may help Jude with his shark facts. He can keep giving us Megalodon facts if he wants to, but I have shark moments from different movies that I think are really cool. So we'll finish the Meg here. What ends up happening is that the second Meg is eventually taken down by Jason Statham, of course, that fucking ripped, sexy motherfucker. What a man rocket Jason Statham is. And that's addressed in the movie, by the way. He is sexualized in the movie, for sure. And he takes down the male Meg, and everything's a happy ending. People die, for sure. I mean, I think they lose 4 crew members total by the time it's all said and done. But everyone else lives happily ever after, and he's gonna take the hot Asian woman on vacation with her daughter to Thailand. I stay going to Thailand. Bro.
I have a question because, like I said, I didn't finish the movie. So in most horror movies, you have that killer trying to get that. What is it called? Like that? What's that one victim? Like that? That prized victim that they're just trying to kill throughout that entire movie. Is that him? Like, is there that interaction that like the shark knows it wants to fucking kill him, or is the shark just trying to kill anyone?
Yeah. So the male shark. So Ahab. Wow. I don't usually get a fucking Moby Dick reference here. And so what happens is that that's Captain Ahab, right? He's after the fucking white whale.
Yep, it's the man versus beast, like the.
Yeah. So fucking Caesar's well read, boys. I like that shit. So he does have a Captain Ahab moment. It's not nearly as poetic, but there's a point where him and the shark lock eyes before he stabs the shark in the eye.
So, but like the shark like wants him, like it's like I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. I can't think of what's the fucking name. It's even in Dead by Daylight. What's it?
Obsession.
Obsession. There you go. Fuck. Thank you.
I forgot about that goddamn control again. But so what happens is that there's definitely a point where he chooses to chase other people. I mean, he chooses to chase Jason Statham instead of going after an obviously easy target. Like, there's a point where he could just kill certain people, and instead he wants to go after Jason Statham.
So would you say that this shark is choose wisely?
Jesus.
God.
Alright.
I can't...
That is a kind of a good point, though, because that does break, like, the rule of nature. There are other shark movies like Deep Blue Sea where they're intentionally made more intelligent for driving the plot.
Yeah, this Megalodon was definitely made that way for that reason. And Deep Blue Sea... Let's get in... I know you want to talk about Deep Blue Sea, Caesar. You actually want to talk about Deep Blue Sea 3. so let's fucking get into that shit. Give us a rundown of Deep Blue Sea 3.
Alright, so I don't remember much of Deep Blue Sea 1 other than the fact that there's these, like, jump scares of these sharks kind of, like, ramming at the glass. They're helping, or rather, they're researching some way of making sharks more intelligent. I don't know where the fucking connection is, but the idea is, like, by doing that, they're going to help cure Alzheimer's, and they fuck up because they created, like, a super breed of sharks. Part 3 kind of, I haven't seen Part 2, but Part 3 literally just came out a couple weeks ago. Kind of the same, cut from the same cloth. There's these bull sharks kind of going around and taking out great white shark colonies, which doesn't make sense because bull sharks are smaller. They're typically dumber. So it's one of those, like, how the hell are they doing this kind of thing? But it turns out there's some big pharma crew. Again, they try to modernize it a little bit.
Right.
I'm giving you, like, the speed kind of playthrough here.
Yeah.
There's these guys that work for Big Pharma that basically funded this study to basically create the Sharkopolis. They brainified some sharks for... They don't really get into it. Maybe weaponization. Maybe it's as a way of tackling climate control, because that's mentioned. I just thought it was kind of odd because most movies like this, they overly sexualize some of the characters. And I was distracted by the fact that there was just a bunch of, like, half-naked buff men throughout the entire movie. And I kept having to ask myself, what market, what demographic are they going after with this film? So I will say this much,
My
and there's
market.
somewhat of a spoiler. I really don't expect many people to watch it because it really does seem like a straight to DVD or straight to fucking stream movie. But all the survivors are women.
Oh, shit.
Strong, independent, I don't need a man women. So that might tell you who the demographic for this particular film was for. But
It also
I'd say
tells you when it was made, because there's zero chance that happens in, like, an old school movie.
Yeah. So I don't know if I were going to recommend it. I'd say watch some of the other ones we've seen, or watch the original. Hell, like Samuel Jackson's the original one, right? Doesn't he have one of the most famous death scenes of all time in that movie?
Yeah, so I'm unsure if he says, I hope yes, they deserve to die, but I hope they burn in hell in that movie. But I am sure that that death scene is very famous, and they definitely, and I mean, I wouldn't recommend... I've never seen Deep Blue Sea 3, so I can't recommend it. I honestly wouldn't recommend Deep Blue Sea, like, as a movie, just by itself, either. But
if you're a stoner and you got some time to kill, man, like, you're gonna be wasting time in brain cells. Why not?
If it's on one of the streamers you fucking
Go for
already
it.
subscribe to, go for it. Don't pay for Deep Blue Sea, but definitely. Michelle says, and women of color. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
No shit. Good catch. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so they're definitely back in the day would not have. If you're, first of all, if you're a black person in an old school horror movie, you're gonna die. And then if you're a woman, you're probably gonna die. And if you're a woman of color, you're almost certainly gonna die again. So, women of color surviving in a movie tells you exactly when it was made, and you should go support that and check it out. If you already subscribe to the streaming service. So let's go into some shark. Well, first, Jude, give it to us one more time, buddy, because I have a couple more jingles left, and I don't want them to go unheard, and I have literally no other use for them than this very specific reason. No, Jude?
I told you he's gone. He's gone.
I'm telling you, I left. No.
I've got,
No.
you know what, Jude? I've got one more jingle. Why don't you give us your best shark fact?
Well, I was doing a lot of research on megalodons mostly because they fascinated me. So like,
Give me a megalodon fact.
okay, so they had 5 rows of teeth. They had approximately like 276 teeth.
Good God.
And a lot of those teeth would get broken from biting through bones of its prey. And those 5 rows served as a backup system so they wouldn't run out after it lost a tooth. And those teeth would replace themselves within 48 hours.
Holy
So
shit.
it was like a fucking, that's how like, they were just fucking eating animals left and right. And
That's awesome.
their bite, just to like how strong their bite was estimated to be, was 24 to 40,000 pounds of pressure. The T-Rex only had 12,800 pounds of pressure. The great
Holy
white shark
fuck.
is 4 pounds, or 4,000 pounds. So it's like,
Good God.
we've slowly decreased throughout fucking history, well, with these animals, these huge ass beings.
Well,
So,
that's why
just
man versus Meg isn't a fight; it's a slaughter.
Fucking replacing a tooth every 48 hours, you are a killing machine. You are meant to fucking thrash shit.
See, but look what killed it is the fact that, you know, they don't know exactly why they went extinct, but what they feel that happened is it was either the climate change, so the waters got too cold for the animal, or after, you know, all these big ass animals were extinct, they ran out of, you know, like a food supply, so they starved. And there's limited.
You just gave you a shark back.
Damn.
Now he's gonna go and fuck your mom. Fuck your mom.
That was my favorite one too, because I like making reggae songs. So I'm sorry, Jude. Go ahead and finish. I busted
That
it
was-
too early.
It happens to the best of us, Josh. Don't worry.
I know.
Busting too early?
Yeah, I mean it happened. Don't lie, Jude. It's happened to you.
Oh yes, all the time, bro. At times. Yeah.
You're gonna do it to a lot of people's moms, accordingly.
Oh my.
I mean,
so the Meg prescribes to that exactly. So it says that ultimately what killed the Meg was that the climate change. That's why so many prehistoric creatures are able to live in this tiny thermodynamic fucking part of the ocean, because that environment is still good for the shark. Granted, these sharks seem to come up to the surface without any problem, which may have been a plot hole, but at the time that's what they're trying to subscribe to. So let's go into some shark moments as Ernie finishes his game, which he's fucking destroying, by the way.
Well,
At
someone
one point,
escaped.
That
He
was also
had-
bullshit. They were camping.
Yeah, so they were fucking rushing that generator, and he fucking picked that up and was able to down quite a few people. Michelle says, "Can we get ukulele snippets for Scream?" Yes, Michelle. I will. I can play the ukulele and I will work on some stuff. I don't know how to work it in because this is all fact based, but we will figure out how to get
Good
this.
job, Ernie. Holy shit, dude.
Good
That was
job.
Yeah, so Ernie
Fucking
absolutely
brutal.
destroyed this fucking game. He has 2 4Ks tonight. I don't know if we've ever had that in an episode. As a matter of
Dude,
fact,
he has the
I'm
most
willing to say
ridiculous fucking character too. Like that's
Yeah.
what makes this even better.
The bunny rabbit.
Yeah,
he likes that bunny rabbit, though. I know he does.
It's
that
Legion.
is fucking amazing. That's so fucking goofy.
They thought because it's funny because one of the persons dropped their key, so they can so the other person can get it. So instead, I just deep wounded them and went for the other person. So then they picked it up, and then I got them before they got back to the hatch, and yeah, fucked them up.
I'm gonna go back and fact check, but I'm almost positive that we have never had 2 4Ks in one episode. So,
We haven't.
props to Ernie, who just accomplished that feat. Really, really great stuff. We're not going to take 2 shots in a row because we're just not going to do that. We'll take a
We have
shot.
to, and then everyone else is going to call us
I want to.
pussies.
So
Yeah.
Give me one.
Pour yourself a bigger shot than normal.
Give me one goddamn second here, everybody. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a shot right now, and then at the actual end of the episode, we'll take that second shot that we owe for Ernie's excellent game.
I'm down.
So we're not gonna, just so everyone knows, we're also not gonna get into another game because we're pretty close to the end here. But we are gonna take a shot right here, and then we will get into some brief shark moments, and then we will close the episode. So. Cheers, everybody. Here is to Jason Statham and the Megalodon.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys. So we still have one more shot at the end, but...
We're taking 2 shots, right?
Yeah. We're going to take a second one in the goddamn second.
Oh my god.
Don't use more than 15 goddamn seconds of that song.
Did anybody else realize Jesus never made that fucking cocktail?
Ah, damn it. Should I make that right now?
Well, yes, go, but you're going to miss some stuff. But go, and then we'll end when you get back.
I want to make it because I want to get hammerhead.
Jesus, hurry the... Oh, my God.
Just a little fun fact for everybody here. His birthday is in a few minutes.
Yeah, so we will say, we'll sing... No, we're not going to sing. Fuck that. We're just going to say happy birthday. That'll be our last cheers, is that we'll cheers to Jesus' birthday. We're going to get into some shark moments here that are, maybe not a full-length movie, but some good shark moments.
What about a shark story? What about, like,
sure. You have a shark story?
Attack? I do. Like a scary attack, like, from an actual person that...
Then you will open shark moments then, Jude, with your story.
Shark moments.
Fucking your mom.
Well, I wouldn't be here if I was fucking somebody's mom, but that's the reason why I was kind of taking time to get back onto you guys. So in 1963, there was a freestyle diver. His name was Rodney Fox, and he was taking part in the spearfishing competition off the South Australian coast, and he was diving without oxygen, and he was grabbed around the middle by a great white shark. And this guy, he fought the shark, basically just trying to I don't know, he was just trying to escape that shark. That thing had him in his bite. He wrapped his arms around the shark, and it pulled him under. And the shark had Fox's arm in his mouth. And when he had pulled his arm out, his skin was shredded from the bone. And after nearly drowning, he got free and was pulled into a boat, and his bones were visible on his right hand arm, and his rib cage, lungs, and upper stomach. They were all completely exposed. And the rescuers, they kept his wetsuit on, and it's because it literally kept his internal organs from spilling out, and that saved his life.
Dude, sharks are the most metal fucking thing out there. Every single part of that story is so fucking metal.
Dude, that's fucking hardcore. This dude went under 4 hours of surgery and received 462 stitches to put his skin back together. And he's still alive to fucking explain what the fuck happened, dude. That's some brutal ass shit.
Dude, what a fucking badass that guy is to survive that and to know what to do enough to get back. That brings me to my shark moment. So my shark moment is from a movie called The Beach that stars Leonardo DiCaprio. It's about this young man that discovers a paradise society on an island where these people live by their own rules and there's no money. People just fuck and do whatever they want to all day, smoke weed, they go into the lake. But one of the people that is so there's these 3 Finnish brothers from Finland, and they are in charge of going in the water and fishing. That's their job in the little society. And one of them gets brutalized by a fucking shark, and because they don't have any actual doctors and shit in the fucking movie, or in the little society, what they do is that they fucking have to they end up leaving him in this tent, and he gets gangrene and shit, but they refuse to take him back to the mainland because these people will discover that he is there and that he exists. And it's just so fucking fucked up that, like, the original Shark Attack is fucked up, but what's more fucked up is that his friends, these people that are supposed to be living in this perfect society, just leave him in this tent to die because they don't want to hear his fucking screams anymore. And again, sharks are fucking metal. It's so metal. Also, quick note, the sharks in Waterworld play like a pretty big... They have like a big role at some point. Also, Michelle says, shark moments, sharks in Toy Story with... who wears and steals Woody's hats and says,
Hi, I'm Woody.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah, no, and she says, best scene ever. I have to agree, that's probably my favorite moment in Toy Story. It's so fucking good.
Jason Voorhees disagrees.
Jason Voorhees put a little, a very unamused face. I'm sorry, Jason Voorhees, if we're unamusing at this point. Does anybody have any more shark moments while we wait for Jesus, or?
I have a garbage shark moment.
Sure.
Anyone see that movie about Bethany Hamilton? Like, poor girl. Sucks for her. But anyone see that movie? I think it was Soul Surfer.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I know who you're talking about.
I got suckered into that movie, like, fuck yeah, shark movie, Shark Attack, this girl's the shit. And then I watched it, but like, this movie sucks. Like, I was expecting this metal moment, and it's like, cool, I just watched a Christian movie about a girl who survived all odds, like, good for her, but damn you, marketing, like, I expected some brutality.
Did they even show the shark scene in that movie?
I don't remember. That's how bad the movie was. You know, it's just like, the fucking...
All right, fellas, I'm back.
Out of my head.
I think we have overlooked the fact that Jason Voorhees is watching our fucking podcast.
He's always watching us.
Hey, Jason Voorhees, if you're out there listening to us, sponsor us.
Dude, Jason Voorhees, thank you for fucking stopping by. I can't tell you how much I adore you and your movies.
How's your mom?
You're you're one of my favorite characters all time in horror, and Friday the 13th is just a symphony of what horror should be, and slasher films specifically. So, Jason Voorhees, thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. We could not appreciate you more. And
Jason, Jude is giving those fun facts, and he is fucking your mom. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't talk
Everybody,
about Jesus' mom.
Jesus is drunk.
All right.
As he should be. It's our dear friend Jesus.
This is delicious.
It is about to be his birthday. I don't use that phrase, I'm sorry. It's about to be his born day, and we wish him all the best in the world. He's a dear, dear friend of ours, and unfortunately, due to COVID and other circumstances, we cannot celebrate tomorrow with him. We can't be with him, and it's really sad. But we are going to cheers to him right now. And so everyone's going to make an individual toast to Jesus. And what I'm going to say is, Jesus, you never put me on that song, and I feel like I killed it, and I really don't appreciate that shit. But cheers anyway. Happy birthday, bud.
Thank you.
Happy
birthday. Happy birthday, you bitch.
Jude. Actually, Jude, you'll be last because you know Jesus better than Caesar does. So Caesar, go ahead.
I'll do what I do when I cheers anyone at the bar. Happy birthday! You don't get any free shit.
That's a lie.
Hey, Caesar, how do you throw a shark out of a bar? You cast it out.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That one was the worst. That was the worst one yet. Go ahead, Jude.
sorry.
Give cheers Jesus for his birthday.
I was just gonna say happy birthday to Jesus, but I don't even want to talk to him now. I should
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
Hey, happy birthday, Jesus, man.
Appreciate it,
Like
man.
Daddy over there. Happy birthday.
So that's our birthdays for Jesus. We're gonna get to the end of the episode now. I'm gonna do a little house cleaning again. Please.
I
Go ahead,
know
Jude.
Jesus
Go
wants
ahead.
to know this. How long do you think those teeth were, Jesus? On a
what?
Megalodon's. How long do you think a Megalodon's tooth was?
2 feet.
That's a terrible guess.
2 feet.
I'm gonna say
Bro.
I'm gonna say 5 inches. The average
Damn.
size of a man's penis.
You're fucking. There were 4 to 5 inches, man.
Oh, I was way off.
2 fucking feet.
So
Bro,
before-
I have a fucking shark that's how long did we say? Like 80 feet?
This
We
dude's
say
60 feet.
yeah, but
60
imagine managing a tooth that's 2 foot long and you've got 267 of them.
Well, that's why he's so depressed because he has all them teeth
and no
but no
toothbrush.
Good job, everybody. Good job. This has been our most quality podcast yet.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to who was the bartender this week?
Patrick.
Patrick.
P-dubs.
Patrick.
So we haven't done it where we made a live drink on, but I made this and this is fucking delicious, guys. It's
Damn.
really fucking tasty. I am enjoying this, and as soon as I'm done with this drink, I'm definitely making myself another one. It is fucking great.
Damn. So
What was it?
we don't want to disparage Darren here, but Patrick has clearly fucking hit a home run in his first at bat for Death by Daylight. So thank you, Patrick, for hitting a home run. Thank you,
Wait.
Darren, for getting him to record.
To
Go
be
ahead,
fair, I mean, a few of the cocktails that Darren has talked about, we've tried and we've exclaimed how amazing they are.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's not amazing in what he does or that the drinks aren't good. I'm saying we've never done it live and that Patrick hit a home run. That has nothing to do with Darren.
Wait,
Fair enough.
It's just
fair
that
enough.
Patrick did really well.
Fair
What's
enough.
Vanilla Bear? Michelle's talking about Vanilla Bear. What is that?
That's Patrick.
So Darren
Oh,
is
okay.
chocolate. Darren is chocolate bear and Patrick is vanilla bear
Oh, that's cool. Fuck yeah.
because they're
Allow
the
me to pat myself on the back here. They're both also cocktail students of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Caesar's
yeah.
coaching tree is coming out.
Yo, Caesar, straight up. I don't know, man. Amazing work.
What?
What?
Because you're like, Caesar. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I thought I'd say something, but I'm not sure.
No. The thing is, I come out to Phoenix. There's a lot of mixology that's going out here at the bars. It makes me miss El Paso, to be honest. And the fucking work that Caesar does, along with Matt too, because Matt does a good job at creating some drinks. But man,
Yeah.
I have to brag about my hometown.
DM me. I'll send you some places to go in Phoenix. They're doing some awesome shit out there. I got some friends out there. I'll set you up.
Send them
Yeah.
to all the spots that do the semen drinks.
Oh my god.
That's all I'm sending them to.
So Caesar, I think it's been understated. I think we keep calling Caesar a bartender when in reality he's much more than that. To the El Paso bar scene, is a national champion. And shout out to Michelle, who is also I'm not sure if national champion, but I know champion on a lot of levels. Can Caesar confirm how high the level goes on her championship?
So she's actually outranked me in certain competitions as well. So right now there's
Boom.
2 current
There you go.
rankings. She is, I want to say, one of the top 8 bartenders in the U.S. according to Heaven Hill, who
Boom. There you
sponsors
fucking
Elijah
go.
Craig and Deep Eddy. So maybe we can get some stuff done on that end.
There you fucking go.
She was also top 100 bartenders for Diageo World Class. I managed to make it to top 50 bartenders of the U.S. in Diageo World Class, and I think that's going to be our final rankings because COVID killed everything this year. But I'll allow it. I'll take it. I'm down with that.
Boom.
yeah.
So we have
yeah.
fucking world class bartenders on here, family. We have world class bartenders telling you how to make delicious drinks, talking to you about horror stuff. We have Caesar on this week. We had him on 2 other times. We've got Michelle coming on next week for Scream. You want to be here. You want to be drinking with us. We are fucking world class. We are world class here on fucking Death by Daylight. So some housekeeping before we finish. Please like and subscribe and tell your friends about us. Tell your friends when you tell them about us, be like, they have fucking world ranked bartenders on this fucking
And
podcast.
to do the single ladies dance, preferably
And
for
to-
Michelle.
Yes,
Boom.
and to do the single ladies dance. They've got music, they've got games, they've got fucking content. They're talking
They've
about
got
horror
semen.
movies. They've got lots of semen and
Dad puns for days.
and dad jokes
the
that
dad
are
puns.
terrible.
Oh, you guys want to hear a dad joke?
Mr. Gare says, "I thought this was a DVD stream. It is. You came in at the end, so we're kind of done because we're trying to wrap it up. But we streamed 2 killer games. We also streamed a Survivor game. So if you show up earlier next time, you'll get to see those games. Quality games too. We had 2 4Ks on this podcast. We also had 1 out of the 2 survivors survive in this podcast. So if you show up for the DVD stream, like strictly if you just want to hear that or see that rather, show up earlier, and we promise you will get some quality content. And so again, please subscribe and like and tell your friends that we're doing all this stuff. We're here. We're going to end the podcast now with our new tradition, which is that everybody gets their chance to talk about whatever the fuck they want really quickly. So we're going to start with Caesar this week because he usually doesn't get to go first. So Caesar, this is your chance to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
You know, the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes like a doll's eyes. When he comes after you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white. And then, then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red. And in spite of all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in and rip you to pieces.
Yes. That was the part of the speech that I originally wanted to get to, and I couldn't find it. But that's the best part of the speech, and I'm glad that you used your time to do that. Let's go ahead. We'll do the birthday boy last. So, Jude, go ahead, and here's your minute to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
It's a whole minute?
Well, you don't need to take the whole minute. Just give whatever you want to say.
TikTok, motherfucker.
Well, not to actually want to know your guys' opinion. If anybody's actually had those Cutwater drinks.
What?
They're like mixed. They're mixed drinks that you can get at fucking Target. They're basically made cocktails in a can. Like right now, I'm drinking like a Mai Tai, and it's got like it's pretty decent, and it's in a can. I've had their what are those ones? What are those drinks called?
We have a national.
And that's a minute. Thank you, Jude.
We have a national ranked bartender on the fucking segment, and you're talking about canned mixed drinks.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
Caesar
I'm saying.
is fuming right now.
Actually,
I don't
they
have Caesar.
Yeah.
I
don't have
Ernie,
Caesar here.
Ernie, go ahead. Go ahead. What do you got to say, bud?
Thanks for fucking tuning in, everybody. We'll see if we can get 2 4Ks next week. I challenge whoever plays next week to do it.
Mr. Gare Bear, seriously, if you're still here, fucking show up earlier next week and watch some quality Death by Daylight content. I promise you there's good stuff on here. And so we're going to take a shot to Jesus. We still owe a second shot to Ernie, who got 4 kills on that second game. We're going to take a shot here to Jesus. He's going to get his chance to say whatever the fuck he wants to say, and then we'll all sign off, and that'll be the end. So, cheers to Jesus. Happy birthday, bud.
Cheers.
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 Oh, go ahead. Now's your chance to say whatever you want to say.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
You're talking to me?
Well, we started this podcast talking about Bruce the Shark, and I guess you made him pretty famous. I guess you could say he's a starfish now.
That was a lot better than a lot of the other ones. That was pretty good. Michelle, salute. Cheers, dude. So everyone's going to do their sign-off, and then that'll be it for us till next week. Go ahead, everybody.
Still owe me one more shot.
What?
No, that was he's owed a shot.
No, that was his second shot.
You said we're going to take a shot for Jesus, and we still only one more shot.
No, they were one in the same shot.
Uh-oh.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and take another shot. Here's to no, we already did to Bruce.
Let's ask the chat. Chat, should we take another shot?
No, let's not. They're not going to do it in time, unless it's Michelle who's the only one paying attention. So let's just go ahead and do it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
To not Jesus.
Cheers.
To the 2 sharks who got married. They're hooked for life.
Oh,
damn it.
This is getting ugly. Everybody, let's sign off. We'll see you next week. Go ahead and sign off, everybody.
Fuck the free.
Laters, everybody. Fuck.